What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lag, and today we're going to be checking out the Super Blood Moonwolf Gauntlet that was just put in Black Ops 4, and by just put in, I mean about a week ago. But that's okay. Xbox PC players, you're getting your hands on it tomorrow, the 7th, so hopefully this will help some of you guys out, and it might even help some players on the PS4 that haven't completed this yet. We're going to go over every single round here. I'm going to give you guys some tips that'll help you get through each of the rounds, and this way you'll know what's coming before you know what's coming. So, checking out round 1, it's called Power Up, and all you have to do is activate the Sentinel artifact. Go ahead and knife some of the zombies in round 1, all of them except for one, as a matter of fact, and build a barrier. You should have about 1,300 points. You're going to open up 2 doors. I think one is 500, one is 750, and then you can go ahead and activate the Sentinel artifact. But remember, you left a zombie for a reason. Here's what's going on with this. You are going to need the stake by round 13. You're going to need the Savage Impaler crossbow by the end of round 18. You also need to have the shield. You're also going to need Pack-a-Punch. It is not required, but I suggest you get Alistair's Folly and get it upgraded. So these are kind of the prerequisites of what you're going to need. And of course, in order to get the upgrade for Alistair's Folly, you're going to need to do the silver bullets as well. So work on all of that starting now. There's going to be so many rounds where you're confined to a particular area, like defending the dining room, or you're going to be limited to what weapons you can use. There might be a round where you have to go prone in order to shoot your gun, which means you can't shield bash the tree to get the branch to fall out. So you need to be thinking about these kind of things as you're playing. As you're killing zombies, do it next to the crystals that you have to gaze in to get the tuning forks to open up Pack-a-Punch. All of this needs to be thought while you're playing, all right? Don't waste any extra time you have to be working on the stake and Savage Impaler, or you probably will not get this done. This, of course, is a solo guide. I'd imagine getting the stake and the Savage Impaler is going to be a little bit easier if you're co-oping this, but this is a solo kind of guide to help you guys out that are doing this by yourself. So while you're still on round 1, I would suggest going into the billiard room and knocking in all the pool balls in order, 1 through 9. You should get a power drop that's going to give you some extra points. And let's talk about the elixirs really quickly. If you've got cash back, you can go ahead and use that as well to open up some more of the map. And this is going to help you get started a little bit sooner on some of these things that I was just talking about. Power keg's really helpful. It's going to refill your special meter, and basically when you have your special weapon out, you're pretty much invincible. There's no excuse to go down when you have that thing out, so this is another great elixir. Nukes, pretty obvious. These are going to help with the rounds that are a little tough and you just want to kind of speed through them, so nukes are great anywhere but here to keep you from getting trapped. I think the perks are kind of whatever your play style is, but in my case, I got Dying Wish, I got Witcher's Wail, which recently received a buff, also got Quick Revive, and Stamina Up. So like I said, you can kind of interchange these things around for whatever you're comfortable with. I've got the Hammer, and I'm using the Strife. So this is pretty much my class setup. You can copy it if you want to. Let's move on to round 2. This one is called Hat Trick. Kill zombies with 3 unique weapons. So that's pretty self-explanatory. All you need to do is kill zombies with 3 different weapons. Unfortunately for me, I'm using the Strife with the Stella mod attachment. So when I knife a zombie, it actually counts that towards a Strife kill. If you're not using the Stella mod, you can knife with your regular knife, then kill him with the Strife, and then kill him with a piece of equipment. That's 3 unique kills. But because my Strife and my Stella are basically the same thing, what I have to do is get 1 kill with the Strife, either by shooting them or knifing them, then use a piece of equipment, then I had to buy a wall gun. So just look out for that. On to round number 3, it's called Pool Party. Sink all the billiard balls. Well, hopefully you did this on round 1, and this will be another free round where you can just keep working on stuff, grinding to get that stake and Savage Impaler. And trust me, even if you're planning this out every single round, it may happen like it happened to me. I got the stake on round 13, which is the required round, and I got the Savage Impaler crossbow on round 18, which is the required round. And I was working extremely hard to get these things done. So this is really going to be close, guys. So make sure you're working on this. Round 4 is called Board Silly. All boards must be in place at the end of the round. So if you look down in the bottom left corner of the screen, it's going to tell you that there's 6 boardable windows. It'll tell you exactly how many you already have boarded up. All 6 boardable windows are upstairs in the mansion. So you just do a lap around the upstairs area and check those windows. Get them boarded up by the end of the round. Hold a zombie. Keep working on stuff. This is a great round to work on stuff, but if you hold a zombie and you start working on stuff, you get too far ahead of the zombie could break back in through one of the boarded windows. So make sure, double, triple check at the end of the round that all 6 out of 6 boarded windows are still boarded up. So round number 5 is called Piss Around. Use unpack-a-punch pistols only. In my game, I've still got the Strife at this point, so no problem there. I can even knife them or shoot them with the Strife. However, if you've gotten the Alistair's Folly by now, which you should have, and if you have it upgraded, which you should have by now, guess what? It doesn't count it as a pack-a-punch pistol, so it's technically an unpack-a-punch pistol. So if you're having problems on round 5 for whatever reason, and you've got the Alistair's Folly, you can absolutely wreck face with it. So make sure you're getting that Alistair's Folly. It's going to help out with the stake and Savage Impaler, and just in general, the later rounds as well. Round number 6, Stay Down. Weapons can only be used while prone. This one is not as hard as it sounds, just be careful. This is also a great round to do stuff on, but if you're trying to shoot at something, let's say you're doing the stake step where you have to go out by the greenhouse and shoot those little tablets with the symbols. You're not going to be able to shoot unless you go prone, making this step pretty hard. So just something else to keep in mind while you're grinding for this stake in Savage Impaler, that some of these rounds are going to make it really difficult to get any of these steps done, if at all. Round 7 is called Unfriendly Dinner. Defend the diner while avoiding friendly fire. I'm going to have 3 bots spawn in my game. They're going to come into the diner with me. We're going to be trapped in there. And friendly fire is turned on, so you're going to take bullet damage from your new bot friends, and also you can put them down. If you put them down, this is going to get you a red skull, and you're going to have to try the round over again. So if you're using the Alistair's Folly, be careful, because the splash damage will put down the bot. So I find that if you get an insta-kill, these guys are awesome because they're only using pistols. So if you have an insta-kill, if you decided to bring insta-kills into your game, go ahead and pop one now. These guys are going to rip the zombies. But if you don't get an insta-kill, they are only using pistols. They're kind of worthless. So you're probably going to end up having to revive them, and just make sure you're not killing them, okay? And that's round 7. Okay, on to round 8. This one's called Bowtie. But listen, before we even talk about this one, I should have mentioned that you shouldn't be buying perks yet. You're probably going to wait till like round 14 or so, 15, to get perks, because you need points, and a lot of points during this gauntlet. And the perks may cause you to fail stuff if you've spent all your points on perks. So just don't buy perks yet, all right? Sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier. Anyways, Bowie knife kills only. Speaking of points, this one's going to cost you a pretty penny, 3,000. Get the Bowie knife and just start killing zombies. This is also a great round. If you're working on the stake, you better go out there and knife those tree symbols if you're at that part, because you have the Bowie knife now, and now you can do it. Also, save a zombie at the end of this round. This is one of these rounds where you can free roam and get some things done. Round 9, Beware. Survive the werewolf onslaught. This one is exactly what it sounds like. Bottom left corner of the screen will tell you how many werewolves you have left. Go ahead and kill them all with the Alistair's Folly that you have upgraded by now. You better have, but except don't kill them all. Go ahead and save one. Why not, right? They're just like holding a zombie. They're just a little faster and hairier and stronger, so be careful, but run around and get some stuff done while you can during this round as well. Round 10, Corner Pocket. Defend the billiard room. Now keep in mind, when you're locked into any of these confined spaces, if you've brought nukes, these can be super helpful. Of course, if you've got yourself your specialist weapon available, you can use it during these types of rounds, as well as the Wraithfire equipment, which I'm pretty sure 99% of people use because it is one of the most epic things ever in zombies. It might as well be a wonder weapon if you ask me. So all these things super helpful when you're confined in a tight space. You should not have any problem this round. You got the shield on your back. You've got that upgraded Alistair's Folly as well, so just have fun and go ahead and do this. And this is one of these rounds where you can't get anything else done because you're just stuck inside of this room. All right, so congratulations, you just unlocked bronze. Let's move on through round 11 through 20 now, and this will get you the silver if you get these done. This one's called Ranger. Move less than 100 meters during the round. Once again, the bottom left corner of the screen will tell you how many steps you have taken. I just like to put my back up against something that I know where kind of the spawns are going to be coming from, and then just kind of Wraithfire for protection, charge shot from Alistair's Folly, and really you're not going to have any problems at all if you have these things that are available for you to use. This one shouldn't be that hard. Again, this is another round where you're not going to be able to do anything, so that's 2 rounds in a row. Hopefully you were working on getting that stake because it's getting close to round 13. Round number 12. This one's called Peck Aska. All players must possess Pack-a-Punch Kashka by the end of the round. So this is why I said don't spend any of your points, because this one's pretty expensive. I think the Kashka off the wall is pretty expensive. Then of course Pack-a-Punching is 5,000 points. You will have to have the Pack-a-Punch area open. My God, if you haven't got that open by now, you need to restart your game. really, by round 4 or 5, you should have the shield, the pack-a-punch, the silver bullets, Alistair's Folly, upgraded Alistair's Folly, okay? All that should be done by now. Anyways, Koshka and Han, just run around that bottom floor in the mansion there and, you know, just have some fun sniping the zombies in the face. You know, you got aim assist, we're playing on console, except for PC players. So it's really not that hard to do. Wave number 13, stake in the ground. Get 25 kills with the stake knife. So at this point in the round, I actually had not gotten the stake yet. It was, I was still trying to fill up the souls required to put in the tree branch to then be able to go and craft it. So I finally got it done though, and with plenty of zombies left, craft it, and then it's a one-hit knife with this stake for a long time. So it's great to get. This will be helpful later on too when you start getting some of the Crimson Nosferatus coming at you. So hopefully you got this one done. This one stumps a lot of people the first few times they try it. So good luck with that. We're on to round 14. It's called Muzzle Flesh. Zombies only appear when you are shooting. What? So we're talking about invisible zombies, and they literally will only show up when you start shooting your gun. So you shoot your gun, the zombies will, you'll see them. They could be right in front of your face at that point, so it could be quite startling. But they only show themselves for a few seconds and they disappear again, so you constantly have to be shooting. A couple of ways to deal this round is you could probably just pop a nuke, or use your specialist and start swinging for the fences and doing 360s with your hammer and just start beating the crap out of everything, invisible or not. But that is definitely one way to do this round. If you're gonna do it the legit way, I don't know, man, have fun. Just run around in a circle and start, maybe get an LMG and just open fire. Have fun with that one. Round 15, Green Thumb, defend the greenhouse laboratory. Another one of these rounds where you're not gonna be able to work on the Savage Impaler, and you're getting close to the end of round 18 is when you're going to need that by, so just keep that in mind. But you're now stuck in the greenhouse. I believe you got a trap at your disposal in here, but you know, with the Alistair's Folly upgraded, maybe you've even double upgraded, maybe you're crazy like that, but just the upgraded version is what I've used in my gameplay here. You're going to be fine, right? So just do the charge shot on the ground and stand around whatever effect it is. It's going to either be the tornado or the green, I don't know, mesmerizing nonsense thing. And eventually you'll get through this round with no problems. Of course, you've also still got access. Don't forget about your special weapons, your grenades, all that stuff. And if you've got a bunch of nukes, you might as well pop them. Round 16 is called Tactical Error. This one kind of sucks, but as you're coming out of the greenhouse, you'll see that the swordfish is in the diner. Might as well grab it because that is an unpacked tactical rifle, which is what you're gonna have to use in order to complete this round. Now it's wave 16, so it's not like the hardest thing, but it's also not the easiest thing. Your gun is not outputting a lot of damage at this point, but headshots are king. Run circles, just turn and burn. You can also use insta-kills. If you have insta-kills, it's gonna make this round a whole lot easier. But you're gonna find yourself having to rebuy ammo for the swordfish if you don't use insta-kills. So keep that in mind. Plan your trip back to the dining room to get some ammo for it from time to time, and just be extremely careful and tactical, and you'll get through this round. By the way, save a zombie on this round, okay? Because the next round takes all of your points away from you, basically. So at the end of this tactical round, make sure you have one zombie left. Go buy all your perks if you haven't yet. Find a gun you want to pack-a-punch. Go ahead and pack-a-punch it. But keep in mind, you're probably going to have to ditch that pack-a-punch gun at some point because you're keeping the Alistair Folly, right? There's no way you're giving that up. So maybe just pack-a-punch something once. And now it's on to round 17. Debit or credit kills drain points. And that's all you need to know. Basically, if you kill something, it's going to take points away from you. There's no way around this. You're going to have 0 points or a really small amount of points at the end of this round. I do believe you're free to use whatever you want to kill, so this is a pretty easy round. Train wherever you feel comfortable at. Use whatever you feel comfortable using. And maybe save a zombie at the end of the round because round 18 is next. And I was telling you guys, you need to have that Savage Impaler by the end of round 18. And oh my God, I hope you are close. I hope you have it. But if you don't, you're going to fail round 18 because here we go, cross-eyed. At least one player must possess the Savage Impaler by the end of the round. Once again, even though I was planning this out and I was using every spare moment to get this done, I find myself without the Savage Impaler on round 18. I have till the end of the round to get it. I do eventually get the crypt open and I go down there and I acquire it. Although I make a grave mistake. Once I have it in my hand, I know I'm getting trapped down there with a bunch of the Nosferatu, which are the vampire on this map, and so I pop a nuke figuring this will be the greatest way to get rid of all of them. But then what happens is it killed all of the zombies So the next round started, but I'm still stuck down there with all of these vampires. So the round ticked over. So don't do that, because now I'm stuck down here and I need to be, for round 19, in the mansion. This one's called Phantom Pain. Stay close to the ghost or take damage. I do eventually get out of the crypt, but I'm starting to lose health because I'm so far away from this ghost that I need to be next to. I do believe this is the only time Dying Wish actually helped me throughout this gameplay. It's the only time that it activated, if I remember correctly. But thank God I had it, because I get down to 0 health, Dying Wish activated, which gave me some extra time, like 20 seconds, I don't know how long, but just enough to get over to where that ghost was. So basically you need to follow this ghost around, staying close, or you're gonna take damage while killing zombies. As soon as you kill the last zombie, this round's gonna be over, the ghost is gonna go away. So the faster you kill off all the zombies, you don't have to follow this ghost around and worry about taking damage. Now the ghost will go like under floors and end up in the wine cellar, and this may get confusing. So just try to anticipate when she goes through a wall, hey, what's on the other side of that wall? All right, so that's where you need to be. If she goes down under the floor, it's probably she's going to the cellar. So just keep that in the mind. Don't freak out, okay? Just go find the ghost, you'll be fine. Get through this one as quick as possible though. Speaking of the wine cellar, round 20, put a cork in it. Defend the wine cellar. Another very easy round to do, of course, with everything that you have at your disposal. I don't think you guys need any tips on these defend rounds. Just use all your crap, get it done. You've now got the silver medal. Hey, let's move on to round 21 through 30. This is how you unlock the gold. 21 is called Perk Drunk. More perks, more blurry vision. So I have all the perks. So I am extremely blurry. This is not an editing error. This is how it looks in game. Can be quite disorienting, but just like any other round where you're like stuck in a room or something, there's no like weapon restriction. So this isn't that hard when you have, like I said, hopefully like a level 2 hammer by now, maybe even a level 3 hammer by now. You probably still have some elixir nukes you could pop. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can use that's going to be helpful here. So yes, it does look weird. Get your bearings, use your equipment. You should be just fine. Don't forget about that charge shot from the Alistair's Folly, super helpful as well. Number 22 is called Stock Crash. All weapons only have 1 ammo clip. So yeah, if you're used to using the Alistair's Folly, you're not gonna have a lot of shots. I think you'll have 4 charge shots total to try and help you get through this round. Whatever your secondary gun is, it may even still be the Savage Impaler at this point. You don't have a lot of shots in that. So yeah, this is kind of challenging. You're gonna have to probably get rid of the Savage Impaler. Now, of course, if you chose to load out with Mule Kick, this round is a little easier because you'll have a 3rd gun as an option. So more ammo. I guess if you have a max ammo, if you're using max ammos as your elixirs, pop one of those and see what happens. I didn't have one, but I'm assuming you'll get at least a magazine back in your gun, which will be helpful because then you're gonna have a few more charge shots of Alistair's Folly, which will certainly get you through the round. So there you have it, there it is. Round 23 is called Cursed. Vampire bites will slowly kill you. This one's kind of interesting because you would think that it's gonna just be a ton of vampires, and where there is an increased amount of them, it's not that bad. And where I got bit a couple of times, it didn't seem to actually be slowly draining my health at all. So I'm wondering if it's the crimson vampires, the red ones. They have an animation where sometimes they'll actually physically jump on you and bite you. Perhaps that's what they mean, but I got bit or swiped by these guys plenty of times and didn't take anything other than the normal damage. It didn't start slowly draining from what I could tell. So this is just basically a get her done round where you just use whatever you want to use and get her done. Round 24, scope it out. Use Unpack-a-Punch sniper rifles only. Kashka is your best friend, guys. Go back down in that Pack-a-Punch area, grab that Kashka, start running circles inside of this main area in the mansion. Okay, using the stairs at your disposal. Really cool with these stairs is you can jump over zombies. I use the stairs all the time when I'm running trains in here. And this is definitely a slow and steady wins the race. You're going to be popping them in the head. You're not going to be able to use anything but the Kashka, and it can't be Pack-a-Punch, so it's still pretty strong. Headshots, I think, are one-shot kills at this point. I get a lot of hit markers, but every so often I'm popping off heads in one shot too, so just grind it out, grind it out, grind it out. In my game, and I'm assuming in everyone's game, they're also going to throw in a werewolf in the mix too, just to make things a little more frustrating for you. If you weren't having enough fun already, hey, here's a werewolf, guys. Round 25 is called Mousetrap. Defend the Mausoleum. Do not panic. They do not mean the actual small little circular mausoleum that houses the perk out there. They mean that whole area from the stairs up. So it's not as bad as it sounds. And once again, you don't have any kind of restrictions on what you can use. Let's hope you've got some ammo in that Alistair's Folly. Charged shots and your specialist weapon, your Wraith Fires. Should not have any problems out here. I didn't have any problems, and I think I was out of Alistair Folly ammo. Maybe I wasn't, maybe I was, I don't know. But with all the extra stuff you have, nukes, maybe insta-kills, whatever you're running as your elixirs, this is one of those easier rounds, even though it seems like it would be hard. It's really not. Let's go on to round 26. This one's called Reroll. Active perks are randomly replaced. Oh my god. So you're gonna get random perks, and you can't like go around and buy your old perks back. They're disabled for the round. So for this round, whatever you get is what you get. Now, lucky for me, oh my god, I got those perks that you can stand by the, a lot of you will know this trick, but you can stand by the shield workbench where you build the shield and you can just shoot. And then as soon as you run out of ammo, you can turn and replenish, you can shoot. This is how a lot of people get high rounds, and I got the right combo of perks to get this one done, so that's what I did, and this round was no problem at all. Again though, this round doesn't seem to have any kind of gun restrictions, so if you don't get lucky with your perk roll, just use all your stuff again, just like you did the previous round. You might not have any stuff, so good luck. Round 27, the Nosferatu. Survive the Nosferatu onslaught. Now, unlike the werewolf onslaught, if you remember that way back in whatever round that was, this isn't just a wave of the vampires. They've also mixed in a normal amount of zombies for the round as well. So I was kind of hoping it'd be like 10 or 15 Nosferatu, kind of like we did with the werewolves. I think there was like 5 or 6. But no, it's a full round of zombies mixed in with a bunch of vampires. So again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but you've got no gun restrictions, okay? So I don't have any tips out of the ordinary here. I think common sense and skill is going to get you through this round, and if you don't have common sense and skill, we'll just pop nukes and stuff, all right? Round 28 is called Bankrupt. Have less than 1,000 points at the end of the round. Yeah, so don't stress if you have like 30,000 points or something, okay? Because it's going to be fine. Go ahead and play the entire round and leave a zombie at the end. Of course, it is very important that you leave a zombie at the end, because if you actually leave a few zombies at the end, all right? Leave a few zombies at the end, because you do not want to accidentally end this round when you still have more than 1,000 points. So the way that you could lose some points is obviously pack-a-punching. You can just do that over and over again. If you have a pack-a-punch wall weapon, though, what you can do is go buy ammo for it, shoot the gun in the air once, buy ammo for it again. I think this is 4,500 points every time you're buying ammo for it. Silver bullets are another way. You can go put silver bullets on your guns. That's going to run up a nice tab. Set off traps, but you better be careful when you set off a trap, because the zombies get stuck in your trap and you kill them and you still have over 1,000 points. Well, that's a rip. That's going to be a red skull. So careful with the traps. You can use the teleporters that are found all over the map too. Those little red wormholes to another dimension. Just to hop in those things. They're like 500 points apiece. Eventually you'll get yourself under 1,000 points. So that's that. There's some actual helpful tips for you there. You're welcome. And don't think these challenges are random at all. There is a method to the madness here, because on the next round, it's called Repossessed. Possess the Auger DMR and the ICR, packed or unpacked, it doesn't matter, by the end of the round. But Treyarch, you just made me spend all my points. Well, that's exactly why they did it, okay? So now you've got to play the whole round. Go ahead and get some points. At the end of the round, they'll be marked on the walls where you can buy these things at, so you can see the wall buys through the wall. So don't stress if you don't know where these guns are at. Just look around, you'll see where they're at. So go ahead and buy the Auger DMR and the ICR. This is not an either or, this is a both. Now, because you just spent all your points last round and you just had to buy 2 wall weapons, maybe you don't have enough to pack a punch at this point. So think about ways you can get some points. Maybe go build those 6 barriers back. You should be very close to pack a punch money. But unfortunately, this does mean that you have gotten rid of your Alistair's Folly, and that was by design, because guess what? You're on to round number 30, the final round, and they're not going to want you to use the Alistair's Folly and make this easy on you. Now, once again, if you have Mule Kick, this makes this a whole lot easier, because you'll still have your Alistair's Folly, which hopefully has ammo in it this round, so you don't really have to worry about using the ICR or the DMR. But a lot of people don't run Mule Kick, but for this gauntlet, you might want to consider it. I didn't know any better, because I did these last 10 challenges blind, so I didn't know this one was coming, so I didn't have Mule Kick. Defend the main hall. All right, well, hopefully this is where you've been kind of playing at most of the time anyways, so you're kind of getting used to this area. You know how to use the stairs to your benefits and all that good stuff. So we're just training up here. We got our Pack-a-Punched ICR, hopefully, or DMR, whatever one you decided to Pack-a-Punch, if you had enough to Pack-a-Punch. So just take your time. This is the last round. Use whatever you've got to use to get through this round. There will be a werewolf. There's got to be some vampires. There's going to be a lot of zombies. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Piece of cake, right? Super Blood Wolf Moon. You did it. You did it solo. You got the stake in the Savage Impaler on your first try because I kept reminding you to work on those things every single round as you were playing along, watching this with me. Hopefully you guys found this video informative. If you did, karate kick the like button in the nutsack, and I will see you on the next video.